I would like to read something for you on behalf of Mr. Paul about economical solution for the world post-corona crisis. Corona post-economical solution for the world concerns all the parties in all global democratic countries. Team A, politician in power, opposition, economists, lawyers, accountants and all the media. Team B, global common working class taxpayer people, the most favorable people to God. Team C, civil service professionals, highly talented government and all the selected people there. Team D, court of law. Team E, scientists, engineers and the doctors. Fact, good accommodation, cloth, treatment, education, the basic human needs. Fact source, God-gifted nature globally, available for all. Believe I have a solution for post-corona global problems. These severe global post-corona problems cannot be solved by politicians in power, opposition, economists, lawyers, accountants, neither with media. Because this group cannot create any basic human needs. They can only work with taxpayers' money. We must create first basic human needs from nature, engaging right people, and then Team A can act to spend taxpayers' money. Want to seek the attention of common working people globally in this regard. They are most hard-working, favorable people of God. Real taxpayers, they are the real victims. The writer believes in this real time for all the working class taxpayers who are most favorable people of God to listen to these suggestions. Let's together with all working class people globally make this world a better living place forever, for all of us. To live in only life we've been given happily, it's so possible and easy. In the writer's past 40 years of engineering and construction business experience, he has learned how much human needs is important to each other, irrespective of all issues, so he respects every human being on this planet. You okay? Yeah. Okay. We always need the right person in the right time, in the right place. Many ordinary, accomplished, extraordinary performances. The writer feels that every human has a certain strong skill amongst them. If we can channelize those skills in the right direction for creating human needs from nature, all of our lives can be so perfect. The writer defeats the extreme poverty and literacy of his own level. He can compare with others and be confident he can make same for the rest of the world, can rescue the countries from bankruptcy. We all must understand one important fact. That is, who is keeping us alive, who is keeping us breathing, who is creating basic human needs from nature, like food, water, clothes, house, medicine. In nature, all these basic needs are as much as available as the sunlight. Also, human talent is available everywhere. He can get it from nature, everything that we need. So we are suffering poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, natural disasters and safety problems. Because nationwide, common working class, the hard-working people, God-fearing taxpayers, hand-to-mouth people, do not choose their right representatives to run their representative country. This has been happening for the last 2,500 years globally. Common people must choose their representative who bring the basic human needs directly, not as a middleman, broker or a messenger. Politicians in power, opposition, economists, lawyers, accountants and all the media cannot get us our needs. They are experts in managing our taxpayers' money, law and administration. We need to create our needs by first engaging right people. Then this group can spend the hardly earned taxpayers' money. Media is spoiling their excellent talent by keeping them mostly busy with who said what. Probably have to always talk in favor of some political party. But that who said what has nothing mentioned about human needs creation. Corona is a lesson for all of us, common working class people, to choose their right representative right now for solving all the global problems, which has been long overdue. With the right people in place, we could prosper a lot. Faith believers think when something is wrong with a person, God takes some action to rectify it. Corona is one of such actions of God. The writer thinks in a common working class people globally could understand this fact mentioned here. We all very close to solve any problems we have. Poverty is something exists nationwide as well, due to some ignorance of working class people, so they keep suffering generations after generations. If common working class can understand only one fact, that is particular human community keeping all of us alive, getting a human his basic needs from the nature, then all problems can be solved globally within no time. The writer's lifetime efforts would be reaching out to these people nationwide and make them understand that there is one particular human community keeping all of us humans alive, making us breed, getting us basic needs from the nature. Let's try to find one example of human basic creation from 2,500 years ago, long history of global democratic rulers. Through their acts and through their lip service. We probably can't find such a thing. It has been far too long common working class people has remained ignorant about this fact. They always elect the wrong representative who know only how to spend money, the taxpayers' money, and cannot create basic human needs. During this corona crisis, all other natural calamities, democratic rulers cannot be any of help. They only seek help from scientists, doctors and engineers. If democratic rulers cannot create any basic human needs, cannot solve corona or any other calamities or any diseases with their own skills, only act as a postman or a middleman or as a messenger, why do we even have to elect them? Why? Just to spend taxpayers' money? That's totally damaging the entire humankind. Politicians in power and opposition, economists, lawyers, accountants and media cannot get us our basic needs from the nature. They are experts in managing our taxpayers' money. Law, administration, entertainment and elections. But we need to create our first needs that engage them all before they can spend. Democratic rulers, including media, always talks about science and climate change without having any study of science by their own. Is this same group will allow anyone to practice medical without even being a qualified doctor? Or to practice law without even being a lawyer? Surely they won't allow them science without any study. This group sometimes uses teenagers to talk about climate, talking about climate globally, but those teenagers has no knowledge about science, climate change or any other issues. Media spoiling their excellent talent, keeping them mostly busy with who said what. Probably have to always talk in favor for some political party. But who said what has nothing to do or talk about basic human needs creation. Let's try to find out one example about basic human needs creation from the 2,500 years history in global democratic rulers. Throughout their act or throughout their empty lip service, there is no such a fact. Some presidents after their presidency become the multimillionaires, still keeping them busy creation of their own legacy. Before the presidency, they had very little financially. Political party belongs to that president never actually raises the question. Rather always appreciate because the president belongs to the same political party. Also, why voters are not raising this question? Why are we not making these presidents accountable? In the writer's own words, the current democratic system no country can develop because of too much arts-based general talk only. No science exists amongst democratic rulers for the last 2,500 years globally. Nothing can run without science. Imagine how much we damage this world by not electing scientific scholars in democratic government globally. Even court of law cannot be completed without any presence of scientific scholars. Sometimes we can see someone is jailed for 300 to 400 years. This is totally arts-based decision. This world has many wars, many killings, many invasions, all decided by arts-based people. Scientific scholars globally works under the command of arts-based people. How arts group people can decide scientific decisions as a boss. This has been a total disaster for the last 2,500 years. Political science, without any actual science study, has been ruling all democratic countries without any human needs creation, without their jobs, has been always spending just the taxpayers' money. We don't need political scientists to rule us anymore. We need scientific scientists in all democratic governments to hand over our nature to them so they can get us everything that we always needed. We even talk today and ask anyone, anywhere in political rally, what is your demand? Mostly will reply, we actually don't know, but we know that our demand needs to be fulfilled. Common working class taxpayers, voters, have been fooling them so much and keeping this world as a disaster. In writer's own words, humans breeding and keeping themselves alive because of the science, scientists, engineers and doctors. We hardly see globally any statue, landmark, any house like a Chief Justice House for any scientists, for any engineers or doctors. Whereas scientists, engineers, doctors get us our needs from the nature, keep us alive and keep us breeding end of the day. World needs 100% only scientific scholars in all global ruling democratic parties. Run each other respectively, country until this world has enough of people and can live comfortably. Global common working class people must elect representatives for all sections, like House, Senate, Congress, parliaments, any members there, who can create basic needs first and then spend taxpayers' money. This disaster has been happening globally for so long, for which only the ignorance of tax-paying working class people are to blame. During this corona crisis, all other natural calamities, democratic rulers globally, all of us, they can only seek help of science, doctors and engineers. If democratic rulers cannot create any basic human needs from the nature, cannot solve any corona, any other natural calamities, why do global common working people class even elects them? Why? Just to spend the money? That's totally damaging the entire humankind. Politicians in power, opposition, economists, lawyers, accountants, all the media, from the nature, they are experts in managing only the money and the law, administration, entertainment, and the elections. This world, our only life that we've been given, can be totally meaningful, peaceful, so beautiful and successful, and helpful. If we can eliminate the ignorance of our working class people. We have too many natural sources, too many talented humans. If our working class voters elect the right people in the first place, this world can be a better living place. We all can live happier and better. It is lying only in understanding of working class people. Global common working class ignorance in electing the wrong representatives, restricting the growth and development of its own country in this own whole planet. Due to development of science, both human talents and natural resources can make this world a better living place for all of us and find peace. From now on, the writer would like to mention that any democratic countries, any voter that elects any levels of scientists, engineers, doctors, or their representatives are global problems that can be solved immediately. This group of science, engineers, doctors can work in coordination with highly talented selected government representatives, civil service, professionals, and a court of law. This way, the entire democratic world will prosper within no time. There will be no too much talk, only work, by the right people in the right places. We won't see general talks only all the time. The writer would urge every single person or a group of people in each democratic country globally to launch a new democratic party under the same name in every country. Global Democratic Country stands for GDP, followed by 2 letters of the country code each. For example, USA, party name would be GDP.US. Writer will try to be available in launching time in all countries, representing you a draft constitution to follow thereafter. Let's have a new start as soon as possible, and let's come out of our past wrongdoings forever. This group of scientific engineers, doctors, can create employment, can eliminate poverty, literacy, can recognize global youths in positive directions, and can implement all scientific innovations globally on public-private partnership. Can eliminate corona, all the other natural diseases. Otherwise, our global democratic rulers has only one way forward, and that will be to declare the bankruptcy and borrow the money from others. You wouldn't want to do that. This group of science, engineers, doctors can exchange all the country's strengths, weaknesses, through professional of the one basis. Because of writer's past severe poverty experience and the same hard situations that probably you are facing, his only will is to listen to people who are keeping us breathing, keeping us alive, creating our basic needs from the nature. The writer is available for video discussion with all the concerns that you have. He can be reached on LinkedIn by MK/Paul. He can also be reached on Twitter under MKPaul, through the Instagram MKPaul.54. You can also use Skype. You can find him under username MKPaul.54. He's also available on email mpaul.gdp@gmail.com. You can read also his written book. You can find that on www.mkpaul.net, related to this subject, which is launched already in 2016. Readers of this script and the book is available on www.mkpaul.net, can translate in also different languages and be distributed to all his working class people globally. Looking forward for the global response from every taxpayer and a working class person. Thank you.